Tak přátelé, nebudu k tomu žádný titulky. Má to 400 000 diváků, tak se pojďme na to schválně podívat, jo. Nechám to schválně na hlas. Aha, dobře. Kámo, ta hudba. Oh. Ano.
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire.
Okay. Tak.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Výborně. Nebo je to, doufám, akorát trailer, že ne? Jo, takže je to ta remaster, není to remake, fajn. To byl Patrick Stewart? To byl Patrick Stewart, ano.
Here we are 20 years later.
Oh, ty vole, tot. Výborně.
When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio.
Jako je pravda, že Oblivion byl opravdu veliký.
I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like, when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like... There's this, like, flood of nostalgia.
Nejlepší intro to je, no.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago.
Yeah.
For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Podařilo se jim to, no? Podařilo se jim to. Okej, beru. Ty vole.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesdy game studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Skoro všechno dělali.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Tohle je krásno, ty vole. Dělali třeba Batmana. Jo, Batman trilogii.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
Yeah.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9?
To vypadlo teď.
In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
Yeah.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path,
but
there will be blood and death before the end.
No, tohle vypadá úplně jinak. Vizuálně.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
Jo, tohle je ten leak. Jasně.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
Ta atmosféra je fakt úplně jiná než Skyrimu třeba.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Yeah.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
Nemám slov, no.
We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
Unreal tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective, even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
Jo, to je ten základní dungeon tohle, že jo?
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
Tak, pojďme. Gameplay, jo.
It's UI and UX. It's audio.
Jo, to má normální UI.
We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds. We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized.
Může ten člověk mluvit anglicky?
One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
greetings. How goes it? How are you?
Disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Oblivion měl asi 4 dabéry.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
Kámo, o 20 let později je to pořád vtipný, jo.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded.
Jo.
I've chosen you because you are
Tady
the
je tak
best.
krádež, to je nejlepší mise v celé hře. Nebo quest. Nejlepší quest v celé hře.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking.
To taky ty
You can put
kolečka
a
na
fresh coat of
dialogy
paint
tam
on
jsou,
it,
no.
but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
You will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
No, ty vole, to je pravda.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks.
I think
they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something. And that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion Remaster will be available today.
To jsou čuráci, kámo. Já jsem se tohoto jsem se přesně bál totiž, jo. Nemůžu počkat na pátek, idioti. No. Včera jsem toho Vukonga dohrál, včera. Bože.
This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of
to
the
je
third
trailer
era,
původní, máte pravdu.
and the final hours of my life.
Yes. On vlastně tady ohlašuje tu svoji smrt, že jo?
The gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear. A trap!
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
Jako vždycky, jak Bethesda nemá nový hry, tak musí dělat nový trailer na 20 let starou hru prostě. Taky komedie, jo. No.
Here you must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Kde jsou draci? Draci jsou ve Skyrimu. Tohle je Cyrodiil. Tam žádný draci nejsou. Myslím.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Jako povedlo se jim to. Tohle byla fakt dobrá konference na ukázku, ty vole. To jsou fakt hovada normálně. Takže tohle je ta nová meta, jo, že teda oni prostě dropnou hru ten den, co ji ohlásí. Šílenství. No. Dobře, takže pojďme se teď teda podívat na Steam, jo. Jestli to už teda teď vyšlo, jo, se lekl, že vyšel nový Doom. Tak stihli to aktualizovat? Nejprodávanější. Ty čo. Jako, doslova to ještě ani neskončilo a je to první, jo. Ok. Pojďme se podívat na recenze. Ještě nejsou, škoda. Fajn. 55 €. Ty krávo, to je strašný. To je hnus. Bože. No. 65 z deluxe s tím, že požadavky. 32 GB RAM. i5, 1060. No, tohle vypadá jako velice banální požadavky. No. Hele, já než se rozhodnu, jestli to budu chtít dneska hrát nebo ne, tak bych jenom rád řekl jednu věc, jo. Je to nostalgie, neočekávejte, že tato hra bude lepší než Kingdom Come. Nebude. Jo, ty mechaniky opravdu zestárly a to, co táhlo Oblivion před těma 20 rokama, tak byla atmosféra. Jo, ona to tam řekla krásně, ta brejlatá typka z toho vývojářského týmu, že ty si prostě půl hodiny chodil v noci po okolí města a poslouchal hudbu. Jo, tak to bylo přesně to, co dělalo z Oblivionu Oblivion a ne ty mechaniky, jo. Takže já bych řekl, že ta hra bude poměrně jako basic, dle mýho jako osobního názoru, ale že je prostě pořád pravda, že to bude asi jako zábava, no. No. Tak a teď mi teda hlavně řekněte, kolik to má. Je to někde vidět velik 125 GB. Aha. Takže my jdeme teďko udělat zprávy na 2 až 3 hoďky a já to teda mezi tím stáhnu a dáme to večer. OK, je to v Game Passu, jo. What the fuck? Oni to kámo fakt umějí normálně. Počkat, Game Pass. Oblivion. Hra s Game Passem. Mám koupeno, stahuju, teďko budu 8 hodin čekat. No, chápu. Jakože naprosto chápu bolest lidí, kteří mají pomalý internet, no. Dobrý, jdu se koupit Game Pass. Takže přátelé, slíbil jsem to, takže dneska bude večer Oblivion. Jo. Zkusíme to v plný palbě s RTX, pokud tam bude.